Hello there, welcome to the Makeup Hunter. I'm Laura. Thank you for joining me today. In today's video I'm going to be sharing a recent haul that I did. I actually went to a real live shopping centre with my mum, went out for the day and we had a good shop. I picked up some bits that I'd been wanting for a while, some things that I specifically had in mind that I wanted to get, and I thought I'd share those things with you today. I've got a good mix of beauty, some accessories and a few bits of clothes as well that I'll share here today with you. We did wear masks. Most people were wearing masks and sticking to social distancing guidelines, but I would say that most people were sticking to social distancing guidelines. We had a really good day out. I felt safe. My mum has had COVID at the very beginning of the outbreak, so we are extra cautious because as a family we've been through it, we know what it's like, so we wear our masks at all time except for when eating and drinking. We're constantly using antibacterial hand wash. All of the stores have got hand sanitizer dotted about everywhere, and for the most part security are walking around ensuring people are keeping their distance and following the one-way system. So if you have been unsure about going shopping or going to a shopping centre, like I say, we were absolutely fine. We really enjoyed ourselves. So I've got, as I say, a good mix of things, quite a few items to go through, so let's get started. I'm going to start with the beauty items first of all. I specifically wanted to get some things from Dior and Chanel. Dior, I wanted a couple more of the lipsticks that I've been wearing recently, which I mentioned in my previous video, which was my current favourites. I'll link it if I can figure out how to. The lipsticks that I've been loving are the Dior Stella Halo Shine. They're a very glossy, hydrating lipstick with a nice punch of colour, but it's not like a liquid lipstick opaque. It's very glossy and shiny. And I wanted a orange version of those lipsticks. Unfortunately, in the formula that I wanted, they hadn't got the colour that I was after, but she found me out two alternatives which actually I am completely obsessed with, and I'm so glad I decided to get both of them. So I have I've put everything into these little Chanel bags that I was given on Chanel. Just get the Dior things out first of all. So the first lipstick that I have is the Dior Addict Lacquer Stick in 747 Dior Sunset. So this is the packaging. Dior and Chanel, premium beauty brands, they just do packaging so well. I absolutely love how they come wrapped. My Dior stuff was in a real posh Dior bag wrapped with a ribbon and tissue paper, and it's just, I don't know, it's a different kind of shopping experience. Super bougie, super unnecessary, but I'd specifically wanted these items, so that's how I'm sort of playing it off. But that's the lipstick component. The Stella Halo Shines are very similar to this component, but the outer packaging is like the carton of this one. It's like a hollow packaging, and this is the colour. It is a beautiful bright orange, and it's still got the shine and the glossiness that I was looking for. It's definitely more of a lacquer finish, as the name suggests, but it's in that beautiful bright orange. And we went, today that I'm filming this is Saturday, and we went on Monday, and I've kept everything wrapped in the boxes and not touched anything because I knew I wanted to film this video, so it's been so hard not to use these. The next lipstick is the Dior Addict Lacquer Plump, and this is the outer component, and this one is in 648 Dior Pulse. Now this one is a completely different formula to what I expected to sort of like. It's a liquid lipstick. It looks like a bullet lipstick, but it is actually a liquid lipstick. But it's a lacquer, so it doesn't dry down. It's like the way the lady described it to me was a gloss and a stain in one, and that is really the perfect way to describe this. But the colour is absolutely beautiful. It's a lovely fiery orange. I'll swatch it next to the original one so you can see the difference, and you can see in the swatch that it's very shiny, but it is also a little bit sheer, like a stain, like a wash of colour. I did try this on when I bought it, and it's super comfortable. It is like a stain. It does leave the stain of colour on your lips when the gloss has worn off, but the initial glossy feeling is not like a traditional lip gloss. It's more like a lip oil. Super comfortable, and I will probably pick up some more colours in that because I do really like the formula of that. And the last item that I have from Dior is an eyeshadow palette. Now I wasn't intending on getting this at all. I'd gone for lipsticks alone, and my mum was looking for a new eyeshadow palette. She asked to see the new colours, and they brought this one out, and my mum was like, oh my god Laura, that is you all over it. So I decided to get it. It's one of the Dior 5 colour games, and it's high fidelity colours in effect, and this is the limited edition in the shade 897 Sprint. That's the outer carton, and the actual packaging, it comes in a little navy velvet pouch, and then the actual palette inside. Now I absolutely love these little Dior eyeshadow palettes. They cost the same as a bigger eyeshadow palette from another higher end brand like an ABH palette or something like that, but they're luxury, aren't they? They make me feel special, and this colour story just couldn't be any more me. So it has the orange that I'm obsessed with at the moment, the orange tone, and then it's got these 3 neutrals and a pop of pink in the middle. Now, as I find with most luxury makeup brands, their eyeshadows are never matte, never completely matte. They all are at the very least satin, and that is what these are. These are all a satin finish. They're super pigmented, but they're so soft and blendable that they don't leave any harsh lines. The way I like to use my Dior palettes is just literally with my finger, one colour just all over the eye, and maybe a darker colour run along the lash line. I never really do with these palettes anything elaborate, and I think that's why I like them so much, because they're lovely to have as like a one and done, throw on and out the door kind of look. So that is everything that I got from Dior. Okay, next up we'll have a look at what I got from Chanel. Chanel is the one that I had specific ideas of what I wanted to get, and I pretty much got everything that I had in mind. I watch a lot of a makeup artist called Elizabeth Makeup Artist. She's an Australian makeup artist, mainly on Instagram, but she is on YouTube as well. She's done some videos for YouTube, and I absolutely love her style of makeup. She's the one who got me into lighter coverage, more dewy, too shiny looks wet kind of skin. And she recently did a Chanel haul and was showcasing some of the products that she'd got from there, and there was a couple of the items that just spoke to me. I knew they were exactly the type of thing that I've been using a lot of and really liking at the moment. So the first thing that I wanted to get was the foundation, and this is the Le Beige Water Fresh tint in the shade Light. This is the packaging. Obviously it's Chanel. The packaging is absolutely stunning. I sort of don't want to throw this packaging away, but it's just wasting space really to keep it. But this is a really unusual foundation. It's, as it suggests, it's a water tint, so it's technically a skin tint. I don't know whether you're going to be able to see, but it's really unusual. Basically it's like a serum with lots and lots of little pigment bubbles suspended in the serum. And what you do, it comes with a brush, comes with its own brush, little densely packed buffing brush, and what you do is you pump a couple of drops onto the brush and then massage it into the skin, and as you massage it into the skin, those little pigment bubbles burst and give you that little bit of coverage. But the finish of this is so beautiful. It's incredibly healthy looking, radiant. It's not going to give you a lot of coverage at all. As it suggests, it's a water tint, but it gives that lovely radiant healthy glow. Now I decided to get the Light. The lady on the counter said I could possibly have gone for light or medium, because it's such a sheer coverage. Using the darker tone would have given me more of a like a bronzy glow, but when tested on my skin it was just too orange toned for me, so I went for the Light. And as you can see, it is still, it's not very light, but when those pigments burst on the skin, it is the perfect shade for me. And as it is a more sheer coverage, you can get away with not being a perfect match, because it's more, it will adapt more to your skin than if it was a full coverage foundation. Okay, now the next item that I have to talk about is something that I have wanted for so long. I've honestly wanted this product for years, and that is no exaggeration, but I always was just, it's a bronzer, it's, you know, it can't be that good. But whilst I was at the Chanel counter, I saw it, I pointed it out to my mum. I said, oh, that's the bronzer that I've always wanted. And Mum, being the complete enabler that she is, said, can we have a look at the bronzer? So it is the Le Beige Chanel Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. Now this is, they've changed the name of this and the formula as far as I'm aware. I think it used to be called Tan de Chanel, but it's now the Soleil Tan Bronze Universal, and this is the cream bronzer. Now I was having a conversation with the lady that was on the counter, and this is considered a universal shade. Now bear in mind, I am the colour of curdled milk. In no way, in my opinion, this is the packaging by the way, is this universal. And for a huge brand like Chanel, they really need to sort out their shade range and extend the Tan de Chanel, because this is the universal bronzer. Anybody medium to deep complected is not going to get a bronze glow from this. For me, it's perfect, bordering on a little bit too dark. When I tested it on my hand in store, I had to shear it out quite a bit. I'll swatch a little bit. As you can see, I've not touched this. The swirl is perfect and the smell is just divine. So I'm just going to get I'll show you how pigmented it is. You can see I'm literally just brushing the tip with my finger. And I'm just going to show you this on the back of my hand. So I have got fake tan on. I think I need a bit more than that. It's because I've fake tanned, it's not showing up quite as intense as it did in the store. So I've still only got a tiny bit on my finger. And it is very orange, but when you blend it out, it just gives a lovely, healthy glow. You can see I've sort of like blended it that way. And as I say, that is on my pasty ass, that is that sort of workable. So anybody medium to deep, I think, would struggle with this product. As I've mentioned previously, I've heard that the formula has changed and a lot of people don't like the new formula, but I don't have anything to compare it to. For me, it's absolutely beautiful. I haven't worn it on my face, so I don't know how it goes on top of foundation, but just that little, how when I tested it in store, and just it feels super silky, and it does seem to, it's like a cream to powder. It does, you can feel it as you're buffing it transform into like a silky powder. So I think it'll be lovely to wear without setting your face. So that is the Chanel Le Beige bronzer. Okay, and the next item that I have is a little bit unusual, but again, it's right up my alley. It's exactly the type of thing that I've been really into at the moment, and this is the Chanel Balm Essential, and this is the multi-use glow stick, and I went for the transparent shade. I think this comes in 2 other shades. There's your traditional pearly champagne, and then there's a darker more peachy that's almost like a blush stick for my skin tone. But I actually decided to go for the transparent because I wanted something like my Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Pearl, which again I mentioned in my previous video in my favourites, but that had even less pigment behind it than that one did. And this literally looks like a lip balm. So this is the component. I won't try and show you the sticker because I can't even read it. It's pale pink with white writing. So, and this is what it looks like. So looking at this close up, It's almost like a Vaseline colour, more pink, but it has got sparkle throughout it. You can see there's a very light iridescent sparkle throughout it. Now I don't think it's going to pick up on camera. So it isn't completely transparent. It does have a little bit of something to it. But I'm going to show it you swatched on the back of my hand. That's where I put the Tan de Chanel. So go about here. And the consistency, as you can see, it just, when the light hits it right there, you can see it gives that beautiful wet look skin. Very editorial, very current, very now. And I love this because it's super shiny. Like, I don't think the camera is doing it the justice that it deserves. Like, the shine on this, the gloss behind it is unreal. But it's so silky. And yes, it's sticky. You can definitely feel it. But once it's blended out, you can't really feel it. It doesn't feel sticky. It doesn't feel like there's going to be hairs sticking onto my face or anything like that. So it doesn't feel like you've literally just drawn lip gloss or Vaseline on the side of your face. There's definitely something luxurious about this. It's more oily, I would say, than anything. The Fenty Matchstick in Pearl is much thicker formula than this. This is definitely more slippy and thinner. Okay, so that's those bits. And the very last item that I got from Chanel was another highlighter, but this time it's a liquid highlighter. And this is the item that I saw Elizabeth Makeup Artist use on camera, and I was like, I've got to have it. I did go for a different colour than she uses. So this is the LeBlanc Rosy Light Drops. And I think the one she uses is Pearly Glow maybe, but this one is called Rosy Light. Hers has got the black top. Mine has got the white top. I think this might be like a limited edition. And this is what it looks like. The packaging just makes me feel famous, basically. It makes me feel really luxe, and I think it's just beautiful. So this is like a pinky lotion that you can use under makeup or on top of makeup as a highlight. And this stuff is magical. Now I've just pumped out a teeny tiny little bit on my hand, and watch this. Oh, the smell. It smells so good. Can you see that pinky shift? I absolutely love pink reflex in highlights because I'm so fair with cool undertones. A pink highlight really flatters my skin tone, and this isn't like in your face pink. This is a nice subtle pink shift. So all of the makeup items I got from Debenhams. You can get Dior and Chanel both on Boots, but the Boots I went to, I don't think it's got a Chanel counter, and I actually wanted to speak to somebody about it. And I think that's why when I buy luxury beauty, I want to actually go to a counter and actually get that luxury shopping experience rather than just order it online. So that's all of the makeup items done. Now let's go into accessories. Okay, so now let's move on to accessories. And the shop that I always do so well out of, but I absolutely hate going there, is Primark. And again, I had a specific idea of things that I wanted to get. In my last few videos, you've probably noticed that I've been wearing a hairband. I've been wearing my hair quite wavy and wearing a hairband. And even though I've got plenty, I wanted to get a few more in sort of different patterns and colours that I've already got. I've got quite a lot of earthy tones at the moment. I wanted to get something a bit funkier, a bit brighter, and something that was a bit dressier. So Primark is just the place for hair accessories, and I've got 4 hairbands here. So the first one I got was kind of an off the wall purchase for me. I'm a girly girl, but I'm not super pretty girly. Like I don't wear super girly accessories. I'm like more of a bohemian, minimal kind of dressing. But for some reason this hairband just really caught my eye. I absolutely love the colour. It's like a pale sage green, and I just thought the bow on the top was really like 60s retro. So this is what it looks like on me. I was worried that the bow would stick too far off my head and would be a bit obnoxious, but I actually think this is really cute, and I think this was like £2. So that's the first one that I've got. Some of these prices I'm not 100% sure of, because with most of the Primark stuff I took the tags off straight away. I haven't worn any of it, I just took the big sticky up tags off. So the next one I've got is this gingham headband. This was one my mum picked for me. She is a huge fan of gingham. The one thing I love about Primark headbands is I find they're super comfortable. I can wear them for a really long period of time without them hurting behind my ears. I have a few from ASOS, and I find that they, after a good few hours of wearing them, they dig in behind my ears and give me a bit of a headache. But I don't find it with these at all. And I absolutely love this one. I love the size of the knot at the top, that it does sit off the head but not too high, and that there's like extra material to it, so it looks more of a headscarf than an actual headband. I have a big head. Headscarves and bands that are sort of secured at the back just ping off my head straight away. I can't wear them, so that's why I like these type of bands. So this one is super cool. I've got it to wear with like just black and white, just some simple monochrome looks. The next one I've got is super up my alley, definitely my sort of colours, and that's this one. It's like pink, yellow and green floral on a black background. This is very similar to the gingham one. It's got a nice sized knot, sits up off the head but not too far, and it's got the extra material so that it looks more like a headscarf. Usually my hair's curly when I wear these and I push it back, so this one might look a bit odd with my parting and stuff, but that's that one. Again, I got this to wear with plain black or white, so that's that one. I think all of these so far were £2. The next one, which was my fancy version, was more expensive. This one was £5, which is still nothing. I think my ones that I had from ASOS were probably £8, and this is this heavily bejeweled pearl headband. It's like cream suede inside. The pearls are sewn on rather than glued on, I think. Yeah, they're sewn on, so they're going to be nice and secure. And I just thought this was really pretty but simple. It does sit up off my head a little ways, but once my hair's done properly, I think this will look really, really cool for like going out for dinner, something a bit more where I want to feel a little bit more dressy. That is my puppy, sorry, that he was just shaking. So that is that one, and like I say, this one was £5. The last couple of hair bits that I've got were just some scrunchies. So I tend not to wear my hair up when I go outside the house, but when I'm just hanging around in the house doing nothing, I do tend to wear my hair up in a knot on top of my head, and for that I like a scrunchie. I find they're a lot more comfortable. They don't pull my hair as much as like a thinner elastic band would. And I got these in colours that would go with my hair bands if I do decide to brave going out with my hair up. So this one was £2, that one was £2. This is my favourite because it's got my colours in. This is like a velvety cord, and this one is like a velvet, and then this one's a bit more springy, although we're in autumn now, but I thought these two colours were beautiful, the green and the peach. So next from Primark, I wanted some I'm mad on scarves. I pretty much have always got a scarf on throughout the winter, but I wanted something for autumn that was a bit more lightweight, not a wool. So I wanted some neutrals. So I got the first one that drew my eye first of all was this, which is actually listed as a headscarf, but I don't know whose head this is going round because it's huge. So it's like it's a beautiful pinky nude, and it's got a little diamond pattern going through it, and like I say, this is huge, and I just love nude tones, and this is lovely and lightweight and silky and just perfect for throwing on with my denim jacket or one of my biker jackets for the cooler months. And this was £5 for this one, I think. So the next one that I have, the next scarf that I had, along the same lines, I wanted a neutral. I had a nude scarf from New Look last year that I absolutely wore to death, but when I brought my puppy home and held him in my arms, his claws pulled all my scarf. My own stupid fault for not taking my scarf off, and it looks a bit tatty, so I wanted to replace that, and I got this beautiful camel coloured scarf. Again, this is an extra large scarf, so it's very wide, and this is folded double at the moment, but it's not wool, it's woven material, but it's because it's quite big and thick, it's lovely and warm. And this is just more of a camel nude, whereas the other one was more of a pinky nude. And like I say, this is more, I could probably wear this with a dress of an evening, just like a draped over my shoulders like a pashmina because it's so big. So that's that one, and this was £6. They had this in quite a few colours. They had a lovely lemon and a pale pink, which I may pick up the lemon, but whilst I was there I did get another one and I got a black. So this is exactly the same scarf, just in black. Believe it or not, I don't have a black scarf. I have black and white check, but I don't have a plain black, so I thought this was perfect for the style of outfits that I want to wear through autumn and winter. And these are really heavy, really feel really good quality. So that was £6 as well. And then the last couple of bits from Primark are some handbags. Now these were the things that I knew exactly what I wanted to get when I went in there, and I almost had a fight with a woman for the one. There was only one of these bags and she'd picked it up and she put it back down again, and I was like, that's mine, she's not having it. So I swooped in and took it, and then her and her daughters were talking loudly about how cheap the bag looked and all this sort of thing, and I was like, don't be jealous just because I got it and you didn't. But I'll talk about that one in a minute. This is the first bag that I saw, and this is just a nude clutch with a wooden ring closure, and it has a gold chain. Now I won't use the chain, I'll just leave that tucked inside. I would use this as a clutch bag. The main reason I wanted this was I just love the colour and the wood detail. I think it's super simple. I love the big envelope style of it, and with the other accessories that I've bought, I just thought this would be perfect for going out with my little scarf and one of my headbands on. Look very chic, very glam, rocking my Dior lipstick, feeling myself. So the next two bags that I've got are exactly the same, they're just in different colours. And this is the bag that I nearly had a scrap for, and it's this beautiful ivory coloured oversized pouch bag. Now this was, I've took the prices off like I say, but I think this was something like £6, and the one that I got in my wish list on ASOS was £20. So when I saw these, I saw somebody on Instagram with a bag that I want, like the style that I wanted, but she'd listed it as being from Primark, so I was like, I've got to find those bags in Primark. And this, like I say, was the last one. It's absolutely perfect. I checked it over before I purchased it. There's no marks on it. Again, they come with a strap, but I won't use the strap. I just use it as a clutch bag, and I just love the colour of this. I don't have any bags in this colour, this like ivory colour. So that's that one, and then the other one is exactly the same, it's just in tan, and this is pretty much the exact same colour as the scarves that I've got, so I thought that would be perfect. Again, it's got the strap inside, but I'm never going to use that strap, and I just like the detail here, like the folds and the little magnetic closure here. And I just think it's really chic and 70s, 80s. Absolutely adore it. Okay, and the last few items that I have are clothes and one pair of shoes. I'll do the shoes first. I spoke about their sister in my previous video, which was my favourites. I talked about the black pair, and I mentioned that I bought myself the blush pink pair. And these are them. These I didn't get in the shopping centre, I actually ordered these. These are from Next, they're a wide fit. They've got the beautiful gold detailing around the heel. These were £34. I have the black and wore them for my anniversary dinner, and I loved them so much that I knew I needed another colour. And these, even though they're blush pink, they do actually kind of look nude on me, which is perfect, obviously bearing in mind the previous items that I've mentioned. So I'm not going to say too much about these because I raved about these in my favourites video. Super comfortable, make me feel super glamorous, and they're just beautiful. And the last items that I have are all from Yours Clothing. Now, most of my clothes come from either Yours or Next. This top that I'm wearing today is from Next. A lot of plus size people, I feel, don't know that Next go up to a more inclusive size range. I am a 24 to 26 and this is 26. Fits me absolutely perfect. I've got plenty of room in it. I wear their skinny jeans in a size 26, their jeggings and their button fasten jeggings. They fit me absolutely perfectly, really generous I find fit wise. So my go-to is usually ASOS for plus size clothing, but this year I don't know what has happened to ASOS. I don't think I've ordered anything from ASOS clothing wise this year, unless it was something super basic like a baggy t-shirt or a pair of tracksuit bottoms. I get accessories from there and shoes from there, but the clothing has just gone. Really don't know what's going on, whether I'm just getting too old, which is highly a possibility, but I just think the clothing is naff. So one brand that has been impressing me lately other than Next is Yours Clothing, and I think Yours go through phases. They go through the cold shoulder butterfly phase that all us fat birds know and loathe, but then they have moments of brilliance, and I think at the moment they're going through the moments of brilliance, and I've had some stunning clothes for autumn and winter. So the first item that I've got is this beautiful top. It's a plain black jersey body that's sort of, it's not a swing style, but it's quite flowy. It doesn't fit tightly, it skims across the body, which is my favourite kind of fit. But it has these beautiful puffed net sleeves that are gathered around the cuff, and this is a size 24 and was £17.99. Now, like Next, I find Yours Clothing extremely generous fitting. I can get away with 22 to 24 in their tops, but this is a 26 from Next, and it's, like I say, it's plenty big enough for me. I could have gone down to a 24. This is a 24 and it is plenty big enough. I could have probably gone down a size, but it's just got the square neckline and these sleeves that just give it that little bit of extra pizzazz and jazz to it. Now, my filming setup is dire, but I am going to try and either take some cutaway footage of me in these items of clothing, but if I can't manage that, I'll insert some photographs, because I'm aware that me just holding this up like this is really not going to help anybody. But please bear with me, I'm new and I'm in training, I'm in YouTube training. Next item, sticking to the similar sort of lines, this is, again, that was from the limited collection from Yours, which is like a more fashion forward sort of offshoot in Yours, and this is the same. So this is very much identical pretty much, but it is a white top with the same puff sleeves that are gathered at the bottom, but this is a beautiful broderie anglais pattern, and it's all over broderie. And again, it's that lovely square neckline, and it fits exactly the same as the previous one. This is a 24 and this one was £21.99. And then I have one more top and a couple of dresses. So I'll do this dress first that's just practically fallen off. So this dress, I had my anniversary dinner recently and I wore a dress from yours that was like a midi length black dress with bell sleeves, and I thought this was exactly the same, just in a different colour, but it's not. This has slightly different sleeves. So it's khaki jersey material, it's tiered and midi like the black one I've got, but the sleeves are sort of in three parts. So you've got the top of the arm, then this cuff section in the middle, and then it flares over the hands. And this looks so nice on, it's so comfortable, and this is like my ideal type of dress. I'm not into anything too fussy when it comes to dresses. I can't wear a mini dress, which is one thing that ASOS is driving me wild with because they keep doing minis. I am 5'8". I have a huge arse. If I wear a mini dress and lean forward, you'll see my cervix, and only my gynecologist sees my cervix, and that's a whole other story. But a midi dress is my perfect length because I've still got a slutty bit of ankle, but I'm not wearing a to the floor maxi dress or show my entrails to the world mini dress. So this is my perfect dress, and it's fitted underneath the bust line, so it falls nicely over my biggest part, which is my stomach area. So that's that one, and that again is a size 24 from the limited collection, and that was, the price isn't on this one. This one I actually ordered offline. They had got it in store, but it was the short sleeve version and I wanted the fancy sleeve version. I think this was £26.99. I'll link everything. So the next item that I have is another top, and this one is a 22 to 24. This one was £21.99, and this is another all over broderie anglais, but it's fitted under the bust like that dress and then tiered again at the bottom, and this has bell sleeves that are sort of cuffed at around the wrist, and it's a lovely smock style top, but the broderie pattern just makes it that little bit more glam, more dressy. It's got a fairly high neckline, round neckline, and it just skims across my body. Lovely. It covers, I love a smock style top because, like, this is a smock style for instance, because I've got quite a small bust but a big middle, so it fits me perfect where it's meant to. So it's tighter across the bust and then out at the bottom, and this is exactly what this top does for me. Covers what I don't want people to see, but accentuates what I'm happy for people to see. And then the last item I've got, which is possibly my favourite because I've been after this for so long and it kept going out of stock. This one again was bought online because as soon as it came on I got it in my basket checked out. This is another smock style dress fitted under the bust, and then is in 3 tiers down to a midi length. But it's exactly like the tops in that it's got a puff sleeve, simple round neckline, puff sleeve with a broderie pattern on the sleeve. The whole of the dress is just plain black jersey, but then the sleeves are this broderie material, and I just think this dress is absolutely beautiful. It's my perfect dress, basically. The one that I wore for my anniversary, which is this one here, is my perfect dress, and this is like that amped up a little bit with the bit of a different detail. I'm a creature of habit. If I find something that I like that makes me feel good, you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to have the exact same item repeated over and over in my wardrobe. But that's everything I have to show you. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and you like me, please subscribe, like, and leave me a nice comment if you wouldn't mind. I'm going to now attempt to film and insert those clips of me in those clothes, but that could be a completely disastrous attempt, and you'll just have me going, "Ooh, look at this, isn't this nice? Ooh, look at this, isn't this nice?" And you can't see what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna try. Okay, so thanks for watching. Love you all. Bye.